Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. on KCMX AM 880. Lively conversations around news, politics, and people, plus local news and weather every 30 minutes. Here's Craig.
Over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That just kind of sets me right. With the sun coming up over the Rogue Valley and the crisp air, all I need now is my fishing pole and get out on the river and check out of all the electronics and cast my hook into the water. Whew. Well, can't do that because I wouldn't be able to interview this outstanding guest we've got in the studio with us this morning, Therese Holliday. She's the owner of Rogue Health, roguehealth.com. She's over off of Black Oak in Medford. She also, she's a certified nutritional therapist and a licensed massage therapist, and just won second place for massage therapists from Oregon Healthy Living magazine. So very exciting. So, Teresa, how are you today?
Awake.
You're awake, but you're doing all the right things.
Absolutely.
You didn't do your coffee this morning. That would be bad.
You know, I don't do coffee. It's not my friend.
Oh, there you go. Okay, all right.
Not saying in a former life it wasn't, but right now it's not.
That's right. That's right. Well, we have lots to discuss this morning, and we're going to run out of time, so let's get right into it. You have done so many wonderful things and studied so intensely with homeopathic balancing and your licensed massage therapy and your certification as a nutritional therapist, and the list goes on. You could give me more initials, but
it gets embarrassing.
Well, but here's the thing. The big focus is our personal health, and it can come from a number of different things, and you see it on the massage table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And their bones and their skin and their cranium all tells a story, doesn't it?
Very prevalent that people who do not eat well and eat and take a lot of pharmaceutical drugs, their skin does not feel like skin anymore. Yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah, and I heard from a pharmacist, in fact, he said, Craig, what happens is when you take drugs, it depletes other nutrients out of your body. You have a side effect, if you would, of taking the drug. And isn't that something that we so reach for a pill? We reach for aspirin, we reach for Tylenol, and they warn you right there, don't eat it on an empty stomach. It could have kidney damage, liver damage, all kinds of stuff, right? If you take too much of the acetaminophen, right?
Yeah, that one hits your stomach lining, yeah.
Exactly, and so there's all these side effects, and we're willing to take and deal with the side effect for the instant relief, but long term, that's bad. The side effects because of the nutrients that are depleted, correct?
Oh, yeah. Prime example. So, not to scare everyone, but to scare everyone.
Yeah.
So a lot of younger women are given the birth control pill.
Right.
They are not told that it flushes your B vitamins. Your B vitamins are important for stress relief, or for dealing with stress. Well, what are they doing in their 20s? They're getting up in their career and they're working like crazy.
Push. Yep.
And then
stay up late, get up early.
Yep. And I did it. I mean, I was working 6 days a week, and I was probably working.
But no one told you.
Nobody told me.
No one told you that with women, young women, or any women that are taking birth control pills over the counter, it depletes your entire B vitamins, the B complex, right?
It causes an imbalance, and when there's an imbalance, there are other things that happen, and you have to be willing to sign off and say, yeah, I'm willing to do that to my body. Same thing. So, what was it? The diabetes drug. Oh God, what was the name of it? Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Caffeine isn't here. It flushes your CoQ10. Well, what does that do? That causes heart problems. So people who tend to be on diabetes meds can show a prevalence for having to deal with heart meds as well. And it continues and it continues and it continues. Well, so why not, instead of having to pop, 12 pills a day, however many doses you're supposed to, why not look at how can I make this situation better? Like, Can I get into juicing vegetables? Can I get into smoothies? Can I get into, 3/4 of my plate being, non-starchy, low glycemic vegetables?
Right.
That kind of thing. It's like, as you said, personal responsibility.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I remember a time when I was younger, and that wasn't so long ago.
Yeah,
but
right.
when we were handing our lives over to our doctors and say, fix me. And just
right,
pushing it onto them.
That's what they want. They just,
And I work with doctors, and it's very frustrating for them, too, because you are giving them this symbol going, well, okay, I'm totally responsible for you. No, I'm not. It's on you to do what's right for you. I'm giving you guidance.
And ultimately, it's not that difficult if you get out of that, fast food, easy, quick food fix mentality. And quite frankly, it's diet and exercise. So, getting out of, sure, we can indulge ourselves and have a piece of cheesecake once in a while or on the weekends, right? That's not going to kill us, but it's the...
it's the constant.
The constant, green leafy vegetables, the basics, fruit and vegetables and proteins and things like that through the week. And I had another nutritionist that was on the show, and she said, food is not food anymore.
No, it's not.
And that's the crucial element of having to read the labels, seeing what's on the box and the can, and realizing, oh, this is not that great.
No.
And so getting to fresh foods is really where it's at. So how do we, now another cool thing that you're doing is you got a Rogue Health Challenge you're starting October 1st, and this is going to address all of these things. It's 12 weeks long, so it looks like you're going to address 12 different items. 12 issues?
We're gonna do more than that, but those are just some of the
12 bullet points.
Some of the topics that we're going to be covering, because there is so much to know about what food is and is not, and what health really looks like, and healthy habits.
I mean, look at this. Just from food allergies, I am bumping into more and more folks, either adults or children, that have food allergies. And there are issues with wheat. I mean, you have this issue on gluten-free.
Yeah, I'm bringing in someone who lives gluten-free because she's got major health challenges, and she can't. Her problem is not gluten; it's wheat specifically for her. But she's going to be covering the whole topic because it is such a big issue in various populations, such as with irritable bowel and celiac disease, and the whole realm of autism.
Right.
Huge issue with
right.
gluten.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Okay, and so she's going to be coming in and talking about, that is not a fad diet. I will state that right now. That is not a fad diet. A lot of people are going, oh, I need to go gluten-free, but they really haven't felt what it feels like to go off gluten and then go back on it, and what that feels like. I have. It's not funny. And so...
Yeah, people just don't understand. And this issue with irritable bowel syndrome, a lot of folks that I've bumped into, they just kind of tolerate it.
Because they don't remember what it feels like to feel good.
Key piece. Yeah.
Because they've been dealing with it for a long time, and you just, if you just ignore it, it goes by the wayside, and along with everything else that's going on.
It comes and goes, right.
And then all of a sudden you're waking up in the morning going, I don't feel good, but, I'm older, so that's normal. No, it's not.
Right, exactly. And then, of course, look at this: emotional eating, spiritual nutrition, food allergies, all about water.
Oh, yeah, that's a big topic. Yeah.
So staying hydrated.
Oh, it goes way further than that. It goes into filtration and what they don't filter out of your water when you open up the tap and drink a glass.
Interesting. Well, is chlorine one of the
Chlorine, fluoride, anything that they don't filter. So pharmaceutical drugs that you take that you don't process correctly in your body, that lands somewhere. They don't have the necessary filtrations for that, so that shows back up in the water system.
Wow. Now, minerals, natural minerals, like what's coming out of our water, because I've always thought the water in the Rogue Valley tastes good, and people say that it tastes good, and they miss it when they go to the city and they come back and they go, oh, it tastes good. So what would you attribute that to?
I would dare say it's probably a different source. So I didn't grow up here. I grew up in southeast Idaho. So we had runoff from the Rocky Mountains, and that was the best water by bar none that I have ever had. And then I lived in the Bay Area, where it's the worst. Oh no, I take that back.
It's not
I
the
take
worst,
that
yeah.
back. I've been to Africa.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, I was just going to say somewhere East Asia or South America or something like that. Yeah, so at least but you're right. The Colorado or Wyoming, East Idaho.
Yeah.
I've been in the Rockies, and it's
amazing water.
This is going to be in crazy good. So it's $150, right?
Okay, so what I'm doing is a 3-month challenge. And why am I doing that is because it takes a while to change your habits. This is trying to reinforce that past the 6 to 8 weeks. This is trying to get you through Thanksgiving and Christmas and start off the new year right. Okay.
So you're ahead of the curve, right?
Well, yeah, and who doesn't love their indulging during those times? And so what I've done, actually, this is long story short, I have a challenge for myself, and I figured the way I could keep myself accountable is if I actually was forced to get up in front of people.
Oh, okay.
I promised myself a new wardrobe at one point, and we won't get into that.
Yeah, right.
But so what I did is I stumbled across a product line that I think has got to be the cleanest one that I've found so far, where you're not having to eat all kinds of weird, what they call food, and the powders, the shakes, the pills, the whatever, and it's actually a homeopathic-based remedy, and I've had tremendous results with homeopathy. So if anybody doesn't know what that means, call me and I'll talk to you about it. But this has also a synergistic liquid herbal and vitamin tincture that helps give you the energy. So it's got natural B vitamins, which is amazing.
There you go. Because aren't we all low on B vitamin?
Oh, we are so deficient on so many things. It's not funny. I mean,
we really are.
Yeah.
And I saw something just recently where taking vitamin supplements actually is not that healthy for you.
And we'll be addressing that because that is a mentality, okay? That is a mentality that comes from taking drugs because we all take drugs because doctor says so, right? So, well, let's not take the drugs, let's take these supplements. Well, if it has magnesium stearate in it, which is a flow agent, it can gum up your intestines if you take it with, let's say, your fats, essential fatty acids.
Can't we just eat food and keep this all simple?
If Grandma didn't eat it or prepare it, don't touch it.
Pretty much.
She ate cheesecake, by the way.
That's right. Hey, we have Therese Holliday in the studio with us this morning. She's the owner of Rogue Health in Medford, roguehealth.com, and we'll be back. We have more coming up. So stay tuned. News is next.
Stay tuned. Sunrise will return in a moment on KCMX News Talk 880.
Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel expected to announce shortly that security is being beefed up at U.S. military installations worldwide in the wake of that shooting spree at the Washington Navy Yard. The FBI now involved in the search for a missing Georgia teenager taken from her home in the middle of the night.
2 armed men broke into the home demanding jewelry and cash when the family said that they didn't have any. The 2 men, according to the family, snatched the young girl and then sped away in a gray Dodge, which is all police have to go on.
ABC's Steve Osunsami in Ellenwood, Georgia, just outside Atlanta. The girl's 14. Ottawa, Canada, trains collided with a double-decker bus. At least 6 people reported dead on the bus. Some flood victims in Colorado being allowed to return to their damaged homes today, around 300 still unaccounted for. Home builders busy last month. Construction of single-family homes went up. The Fed wraps up its policy meeting today. Doug Limerick, ABC News.
We want to hear from you. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or go to KCMXAM.com and go to the Talk to Us tab. Send us your thoughts. Lively conversations around news, politics, and people, plus local news and weather every 30 minutes.
33 minutes after the hour. Hope you're up. A little bit of Santana going on with that. So excited. And, of course, we're still continuing our interview with Therese Holliday. She's the owner of Rogue Health in town here, roguehealth.com. And she's a licensed massage therapist and a clinical nutritional therapist. And she's got this Rogue Health Challenge that's starting October 1st. You can call and sign up. It's a 12-week course, $150, and per month.
Per month, but that includes
There's
the
a
homeopathic
huge
remedy.
Yeah, okay,
that
but
includes that because that's actually the retail of the product, and I'm just trying to say, look, I'm not trying to make a
Yeah.
ton of money on this. I want people to have
and they don't
something
have to
that's-
buy it if they don't want to.
No, they
No.
don't have to.
Yeah, so it's not
And I'll
anything
work
like
with
that.
them, but this is the cleanest thing that I have found.
Right. And the level of experts that you're going to have coming in talking about this is sensational.
So I've spoken with Dr. Jim Saeed.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's going to be coming in a couple times talking on various topics. I've got, I spoke
Jim
with...
Saeed was just...
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's just absolutely amazing.
It's worth it just for that.
Oh, yeah.
We've had him on the show, and it's shocking. It is shocking. It shouldn't be shocking, but it shocks us back into how stupid we are. I mean, anyway, continue.
As we watch TV and see all the packaged, colorful food.
Oh, absolutely.
I know.
No, and we drink the fake orange juice that we think is real.
I heard that. Yes. No. Yeah. That's okay. So
Anyway.
I think the book was Fast Food Nation, and they talked about the coloring of strawberry milkshakes.
Right.
Has nothing to do with strawberries. It's actually a bug from South Africa or from South America that eats berries that are red, and the body takes on the color.
If it can be, if they can fake, the red color, that's all we care about, is that it looks red when we drink strawberry milkshakes. I know.
That's right.
So, medicinal teas.
Yeah, so the gracious people over at Health Food Mart have offered to talk to us about medicinal teas because I'm trying to get people to eat differently, but they also have to give up the Diet Pepsi. Sorry.
I know, and these teas are fantastic, though.
Oh, they're amazing. They can calm you. They can suppress appetite. They can awaken you. There are so many things that you can address just with medicinal tea. And you can do hot or cold, and so I'm trying to give people other options because we have been herded, and I use that not lightly, we have been herded to believe that certain things are food, and we eat such a small variety of what you might consider food, maybe, that we are nutrient deficient, that we just pick up these habits of fast food, and I'm just as guilty as everyone else.
Right.
I work 7 days a week, and
I know,
you know what I
know.
mean. But I don't pick up the junk food because I know how bad I'll feel afterwards.
Go for a glass of water. But I mean, truly, I've been told, Craig, switch to green tea. Just kind of just because.
It's got some natural caffeine.
Yeah,
in it,
it's got some
very nice caffeine.
Oh gosh.
I know.
Well, and then of course disease and nutrition and stress.
Stress is huge, okay? And this is why I'm doing this. This challenge is not only for the public. This is a personal challenge to me. My problems are hormonal imbalance, there's stress, I'm not sleeping well, because when you own a business, I mean, it's
absolutely
horrendously stressful, and you have so many things to juggle. And so I figured the best way to keep me sane and on course and accountable would be if I have to stand up in front of people who doesn't know that feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's so much that I know that I want to share with people. Part of this is you're going to have membership to Rogue Health. What does that mean? I'm a book hoard, okay? I have probably close to 400 books that cover health. You get access to that lending library.
Wow.
Okay. You get access to the reference materials we have. You get, if you have questions about stuff, I'm here. I want people to understand you need to change your lifestyle, because if you don't, your doctor will get to snip on you. Your doctor will get to do this.
That's right.
You either pay the farmer or the doctor, so you get to choose.
And I love this. We had Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn in last year.
Oh, he's amazing.
Forks over knives.
Uh-huh.
And what his phrase is, forks over knives, is choose to eat natural foods and just eat food, or the knife part is the scalpel.
That's right.
Take your pick. It's either pay now or pay later, and the worst part is being in later under the surgeon's scalpel, because they are cutting on you and fixing you when you could have fixed it yourself.
Now here's another thing we're going to address. They can cut that out. It'll probably come back. Why? Because it's about attitude and habit.
Oh, boy.
Okay, and so we're talking cancers, and we're talking, whatever, diabetes, blah, blah. If you don't change your mental attitude, there are people that do everything right, and mentally they don't think they have a purpose to live. I watched a gentleman die who was doing everything right, and he died of lung cancer. It was a depression issue. It was he lost his family. There are people that do everything wrong, but they have the most awesome outlook on life and the way they want to live and be in this world, and they do great. So we will be addressing that because that is a huge part of it. You know, your attitude, your spiritual side, if you don't feed that spiritual side, it is lacking.
And look at this emotional eating, and I'm thinking, while we're talking about all the folks I see during the course of the day that are overweight.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's a personal struggle. I don't fault them for that. But then you wonder, they allowed themselves, and then what kind of health issues come from being overweight? And they're talking about it now. Obesity it leads into all the issues and goes right into diabetes. And, of course, diabetes goes into organ failure.
Yep. And one thing I want to put out there, too, is, you know, when I was growing up, kids made fun of fat kids, and I was one of them. Long story there. But what I want people to understand is it's not just that you're stuffing the cake down. It's that you're highly stressed. It's that you're highly toxic. It's that you're nutritionally deficient. You're not taking in enough water. And it will show, just as it does when I work on someone, it will show. It comes out. And so people may misconstrue why you are overweight, but it doesn't make it any less painful. And so a lot of people who are overweight and obese, a lot of them are in a certain amount of emotional pain.
Oh, absolutely.
And people need to recognize this and be a lot more mindful and compassionate about that.
Oh, absolutely. We have, if you're just joining us, we've got Therese Holliday in the studio with us this morning. She's the owner of Rogue Health. You can go to roguehealth.com. Great website. And, of course, the Rogue Health Challenge will be starting on October 1st, going through the 16th of December. It's a 12-week course. Fantastic. Tuesday evenings, 1 hour only. In and out. Bam, bam. But, you know, Teresa, you're talking about this issue that is so prevalent in society today, and that is there are so many hurting people stressing, and they're not getting the help. And the outlets are coming out. Look what's happened, these shootings. It's crazy. But they're going off the deep end, you know, over the edge into the deep end. And we need to help each other. I mean, truly, we do. And we're in a society together, and it's all going to come back and pay off in the long run. But we first have to start with ourselves. Well,
and, you know, from my realm, you know, I wouldn't doubt that gentleman was on some kind of antipsychotic drug or something. Huge black box warnings on stuff like this.
Right.
And you know what? You can deal with all of those, like schizophrenia and things like that, with nutrition. It's taught up here at the Linus Pauling Institute here in Oregon. You know, why don't we look at, you know, orthomolecular nutrition? Why don't we look at how our food supply is deficient? Why don't we look at what we're feeding our kids? I mean, if you look at the menus, everything there, you know, I haven't looked at Medford, but, you know, when I look at the kitchens of schools, I see a lot of big boxes and cans and bags. That's not food. That's not.
No, it's just filling the hole is what it's filling. But it's so odd because why is it so difficult? Are we so stupid that we can't do this, or are we taught something else and we're having to relearn, you know, reteach ourselves?
Well, I think it starts in school, and if you look at the School Nutrition Association, you need to look at the big members and sponsors like Kellogg and Kraft and...
So follow the money.
So follow the money. You've got advertising on TV and radio, and that's, you know, that's how we survive. If we don't want to have to pay for that, then that's how those stations survive. So you've got that advertising. You have, you know, the big bright colored signs in the stores. Well, there's a whole science behind how they position products in the stores. You know, kids' stuff is at eye level, so you put all the colorful, bright, you know, excitotoxin-laden foods down, you know, lower at hip level. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I was getting to the essential piece of this is stress, you know, not getting enough sleep, being stressed out. It pushes you right into the areas you don't want to be pushed into the emotional eating, being in a hurry, reaching for the fast food, and then making bad choices. And it's just this insidious, systemic circle that you're going in.
And then here in the Northwest, we have all the coffee stands. Gotta love them, but you know, you know, you've got and you're looking at adrenal fatigue here because when your cortisol and all of your hormones start tanking, that's when you grab for the Java, right? And you know, in the mornings and in the afternoons, and that's when they're busiest, right? Well, there's a reason for that, and so I want people to understand what's happening physiologically.
Isn't that
for them
something?
to grab for that?
We could spend a whole session just on
Oh,
coffee and caffeine.
Oh, yes, we could.
We had Dr. Ginger on the show, and she talked about what caffeine does to your body,
Oh,
what it
horrible.
actually does to your organs.
Uh-huh.
Shocking.
Yeah, we don't care. We just like the taste. And see, it's that apathy that I'm trying to address.
Right.
It's the apathy. It's the, really, where do you want to be when you're in your 60s? It's not 70s and 80s anymore. It's 60s and 50s now.
Right.
So where do you want to be? Do you want to be able to go up and down a flight of stairs? I work on people who are older who have their back is pretty calcified. I mean, they can't really move it. And that's painful. It's not just painful for them. It's painful for me because it didn't have to be that way.
Jeez. Yeah, it is mind-blowing, to say the least, that we are so, fat, dumb, and happy? I mean,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
As Americans, so the only thing we can possibly do is remind each other, right? Because there's power in the whole team, and you're trying to do that. So this is cool. The Rogue Health Challenge starts October 1st. Get signed up. Email or phone? What's the best way?
Either way. So 541-727-1996. You can call me. You can leave messages. I'll talk with you in person. You can email us through the website, roguehealth.com. I do have a sign-up page. I'm just trying to play with it to make sure there's a direct link to do that. So we should have that later today. But really what I want people to understand is I'm in it with you. I'm not saying that I'm this little skinny person. I'm not. I have had my challenges with stress and hormone imbalances and food allergies, and I'm doing this with you. So I've already started it. I will tell you the remedy, the product line that I found, the drops are called Slenderix, and then it's got a synergistic herbal vitamin regimen called Accelerate, and I've already started taking these. I've been taking it for about 10 days now. I have dropped about 7 pounds. I do not feel weird. I do not feel jittery. I have no detox symptoms. I feel good, and my clothes fit a lot better.
Wow.
Now, most of that's going to be water weight, and I will tell you, your bathroom is your friend the first few days,
right?
Because you start purging stuff.
Interesting. Wow.
Childhood toys aren't there yet, but But what I'm trying to say is, it's the best thing that I have found so far that addresses things, that helps balance some of the hormones that are key in weight loss. And I'm not promising weight loss. What I'm telling you is I'm doing this with you. There's a huge educational component.
Well,
but for those that want to go there.
Yeah, and we have to get serious. I mean, the whole healthcare issue. In fact, they have meetings. Sante is putting on meetings at the Smolin Center tomorrow. 4, 5, and 6. People just aren't tuned in. So this is another way to get tuned in. And I'll tell you what, personal health, personal accountability is actually the way to go, because I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to have to be under the gun on medicines or being told by a doctor, okay, you got to change this.
There are some really amazing physicians and doctors out there. I would rather they focus on nutrition. Unfortunately, that's not what university teaches them.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow. Well, we come to our end of our segment, but this is fascinating stuff. So, Theresa, thank you so much for coming in this morning, and we'll be talking more about that. The Rogue Health Challenge, you can find Therese Holliday on at roguehealth.com, and her phone number, once again, 541-727-1996, and we'll probably put that on our Facebook page as well. So, just seems like there's never enough to do. All right, well, thanks, Theresa. Thanks for coming in. All right. We'll be right back. Woo. Oh, boy. I just felt that swat in the back of my neck. I'm in so much trouble as I look down at my cup of coffee and go, uh-oh. All right, it's the Sunrise Show right here on KCMX. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Sunrise will return in a moment on KCMX News Talk 880.
8.